Hello, everybody. This is Diana of Tantra Butterfly. And what made me want to come online this evening is the fact that I met a very interesting and vibrant woman. She's in her early 70s, and we met at a coffee shop. So, what I wanted to say is she uses a walker, but she's an extremely interesting person. She and I had a really interesting, in depth interaction earlier. She was trying to separate a large table into two separate tables. She was trying to be considerate and make sure that other people could dine into the cafe. And she was manipulating the tables, and I wanted to help her. And she refused my help, and I said, "It's not a problem. I still want to help." And then we got to chatting a little bit. And she told me that she used to live in Vail. She used to ski when she was a lot younger. And she owned this really interesting wine and cheese type of bistro when she was living in Colorado. She did end up having to close her business during COVID. As we all know, COVID hurt a lot of people's business, mine included, especially mine. Because of all the social distancing, a lot of people were very paranoid about, choosing me as their Tantra therapist. And it definitely hurt my business. It hurt hers. She even had some of her employees steal money from her cash register. So she and I got to talking, and she lives here in Evanston now. And she has a caretaker because she had a terrible accident happen when she was in Jewel Foods shopping. She slipped on the floor, and unfortunately, she didn't win enough money for her case. She ended up being completely immobilized for a year. And she mentioned that not once did her 50-year-old son ever visit her in the hospital. And she told me that she's having a hard time believing in God. Her life is really difficult now, and she barely has enough money coming in to even manage and support herself. But her sister insists on supporting her 50-year-old son because she's afraid that if she doesn't support him, he's going to end up homeless and on the street. So we got to talking, and she mentioned that her son suffers from bipolar disorder, ADHD, and he's also a drug addict and a compulsive gambler. And she said that she doesn't even believe in God anymore. And I told her that the one way to really help is to connect with the highest version of yourself, hovering some up where in the astral realm. We all have a higher, happier version of ourselves. And to kind of connect with that highest version of ourselves, we empower the highest version of ourselves. We ask for prosperity. We ask for work opportunities. We ask to be connected to people that can help and provide assistance and connect with people that vibrate at the same frequency as we do. And I said the only possible way that you can help yourself is by completely disconnecting from toxic people. And her son sounded like a very toxic person. He never once visited her when she was hospitalized. He doesn't take care of her. Instead, he kind of bullies her. He sends her inappropriate and cruel messages via text. He's always asking for money. And she's an older person. She doesn't make money anymore. And he constantly blames her for every situation in his life. And he's a drug addict. And I mentioned to her, and I told her that if somebody uses alcohol and drugs as a crutch, you're inviting parasitic entities into your body. And these entities are very toxic, they're parasitic. And I said that the son that you knew before no longer exists. And I told her to think about her body as being a sacred tree. When some part of the tree becomes diseased and unhealthy, you have to cut that limb off in order to survive. And this is true of everything in your life. If you want to survive in this world, if you want to be completely healthy and connected and feel loved, you need to remove anything toxic from your life that no longer provides you with happiness and love. And so I encouraged her to block her son from her life. I encouraged her to set stronger boundaries. I encouraged her to contact her sister and tell her sister to stop sending money to her son, who has this gambling habit and who is a drug addict. And she was worried, and she said, well, he's going to become homeless then. And I said, well, then let him become homeless. I want everyone to feel that no matter what you do, you can't change who your parents are. You can't really change the people that are in your world, but you can distance yourself from toxicity. And I hope that this video hits the right people. And if you feel drained by people in your life, even if they're your child, you have to protect your own energy for your own sense of mental health and well-being. You have to take care of yourself first. Even if you're a disappointed parent, you gave birth to someone. You provided, your body was a sacred vessel. You provided an opportunity for your child to have life. But you can distance yourself. You can distance yourself if you feel that everything that you've done for your child is not appreciated. And I'm ending this video here. I just hope it hits the right people. And I hope it hits the right audience. And if you've appreciated anything that I've said, please hit the follow button. Please subscribe to my channel. Please put some comments if it helped you in any way. Thank you.